Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play The Great Ryunosuke Chronicles! Woo! I'm so excited to get back to this. I love this game. I love it, love it, love it. So far, it's really good. To play an Ace Attorney game blind for you guys is exciting and kind of scary at the same time because once it gets tricky, then I'm going to be like, oh shoot, what if I mess up? But you guys won't judge me, right? Because I mean, you got to be fair. Like, the first time you saw or played this, I'm sure you saw plenty of mistakes or made plenty of mistakes, so don't judge me. Alright, anyway, so we're continuing on in the first case of the game. We reached our first, to me, midpoint of it. So I'm excited, or not midpoint, maybe we're towards the end of it, because now we kind of are getting closer to solving it, I think. So let's see. Finally, a female voice. Finally! And I think she's English, so I can give her an accent. November 22nd, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Oh, I did look that up, by the way. And I looked it up like a week ago, so I don't remember exactly how to say it. But I did look it up, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds real. That sounds accurate. But the pronunciation has escaped my memory. Judicature or something like that. That's what it sounded like. But anyway, defendant's antechamber 5. Look how happy he looks. Aw, he's so proud. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was really gross. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. And then, you became hot. He went from being really gross to being hot. How did that happen? You think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it! It's terrifying! If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again! Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You're the protagonist, buddy, so I think you're stuck with it now. Aww, so cute. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Miss Jazale Brett. A student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Oh, you have powers of observation, huh? Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor, and just after I bent down and picked it up... I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective. He apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. I feel like this is the old man talking? The Mikotoba professor guy? Oh, there you are. Well done, both of you. I forgot what voice I gave him. Whatever. Oh, and the girl, too. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right.
The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I'll have to say.
Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. I'm sorry for thinking you were shady, but at least you did help, kind of? I know you were trying to protect Kazuma, so I don't hold it against him. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial.
Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled.
Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway.
What? What are you saying, Kazuma?
So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way.
Kazuma?
Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man.
Oh, they're both looking at him.
To me?
Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case.
Oh, were you friends with Dr. Wilson?
Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim?
Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA.
You know, I haven't said anything until now, but I'm like 90% sure that this man who's dead is a very important character from Sherlock Holmes lore. Like the Dr. Watson, and I think they changed his name because his name was John. The H is definitely the same initial for the actual Watson's middle name, so I think they just changed it because of, you know, the whole Sherlock Holmes copyright thing. Oh no, that means they killed Watson. What the hell? As a big Sherlock Holmes fan, which some people already know about me, I love Sherlock Holmes so much. But knowing that Watson is dead, that's so sad. No, what is Sherlock supposed to do without his Watson? That really breaks my heart. But I will say they went for the non-traditional version of Watson because depending on the version that you are taking in, reading, or watching, in the books, Watson and Holmes were almost the same age. But then, for some reason, in the movies, like the old movies, the classic movies with, like, Basil Rathbone, who played Sherlock Holmes, those were some of the best movies, you know, in black and white and stuff. For some reason, they decided to make Watson this elderly man. And that became, like, the way that most people would picture Watson whenever they think of Sherlock Holmes and Watson. So, they even did that, like, with The Great Mouse Detective. They took that same version, because The Great Mouse Detective, which is, you know, the animated movie based off of Sherlock Holmes, but then they're mice, right? They had the portly, round, old man version of Watson in that. So then, it wasn't until more recently, I'd say, like, when they started doing the movies with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, that's when people were like, oh yeah, based on the original books, Dr. Watson is actually closer in age to Sherlock. He's not this old, round man, you know? And that allowed younger generations to see what I saw from the beginning, which is that they could be shipped because they were close in age and they were such a cute couple, despite Sherlock's lacking personality. But yeah, if you, I don't blame anybody if they wanted to skip past all of my thoughts, but I'm very passionate about Sherlock, so you, you'll hear a lot more from me about this in the future. But anyway, I'm very sad that Watson is dead. Or Wilson, as they're calling him here.
And it was I who invited him.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know that before.
Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible.
But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide.
Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Now then, I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need.
Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. I don't know what voice to give her yet, but whatever. It's so weird. I've been having to do so many male voices that now I'm like, women? But I of course I love voicing females because I'm like, phew, that's easier for me.
Defendant Naruhodo, court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once.
It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Oh, he always says partner. That's so cute. How could you not ship them? Y'all made it so easy. It's practically canon, okay? Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before those old fossils know what's hit them. Oh, his music! I love it. It's such a good song, man.
Kazuma.
What?
Thank you. Really.
What for?
Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now.
Yeah, because he was ready to just give up, you know? Oh, he gave him such strength. He's such a good boyfriend. I love it.
Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend.
Heh, more than friend.
Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial.
Oh yeah, you guys can have fun tonight. Sorry. A big thank you, alright.
You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course.
Aw. Guys, why are you so cute? Alright, now it's 12:09 p.m. Alright.
The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Auchi, have you managed to subpoena the witness?
Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. I'm going to lose my job thanks to you brats.
Good.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about.
It's highly unlikely that the good relations we've forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Do you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders?
Again, terribly sorry, but not sorry.
If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Oh, yes.
You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke.
What do you mean?
A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England?
Shut up! Shut up, you jumped-up rookie boy! You and your friend know nothing. Nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. Ugh.
Oh, he just wiped all his sweat like BAM! It's gone.
By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures.
I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder, too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all.
Oh, Ryunosuke, good for you!
Aw, you're gonna make him so emotional. Kazuma's just gonna look at you with hearts in his eyes now.
Ah,
Well said, Ryunosuke. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror.
you little brats!
Thank you, Counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system, and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett.
Yes. Your Excellency!
Bruh.
Alright, let me see her. What the? Oh my god. That's huge. And what is that on her butt? Oh. That's a different animation for him. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land.
Tea! Someone bring English tea! In England, no discussions take place without tea.
Everybody's acting. Oh my god, is she like another freaking Dahlia Hawthorne? Oh no.
Is that true?
No idea.
So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court? Oh, Sonaga, what the? Is he translating for her? Or he thought he was talking to him? What?
Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at Le Carnival, but
Yes, we know all about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first.
is that true?
No idea. I don't care. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of.
Does he have powers with his eyes like Apollo?
Oh, yes, I think I did, didn't I?
Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman.
Hey, I hope you're not saying she's amazing because she's gorgeous. Kazuma, don't cheat on your boyfriend. Unless he just means her freaking hat is, like, insane. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking.
Guilty. I mean, nothing compares to you, so I really didn't pay attention.
So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
Alright. She looks... she's shady. Oh. Oh. Well, I wondered if that might be the case. Does she even speak Japanese? Huh. That hat is freaking ridiculous. Is that an actual swan that's gonna fly away at the end of this? Is she wearing one of those stupid ball gowns that, like, they have that poofy thing that they put on the butt area? So stupid. Is she French or English? I thought she was English. I don't know. She seems kind of French to me, but she's British, so. Oh boy.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but... What?
Oh, he is gonna translate for her. I thought so. Oh man, so I can't voice act for her, or? Psst, 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 psst. Okay. Psst, psst, psst. They're whispering to each other, I guess. I don't know.
The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in Yuma University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as the hummingbird's song.
Sure. As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Oh, so you do speak some English. That makes sense. I mean, you were the one they were sending over there.
Yes, I agree. You'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it?
Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke.
Oh, so they both speak some English. That's good.
The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called Le Carnaval, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct?
Okay. Alright.
She says yes.
Now, she said more than just yes, but whatever.
This could take some time.
So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese.
Hmm.
She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately.
After a murder just happened? Come on.
Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape.
I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
Okay. Is she gonna point it at him then? At, Ryunosuke?
Apparently it was a very frightening. and sorrowful sight.
Do you mean to say?
Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood.
What the hell? There's a weird sound outside. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was weird. But yeah, I knew she was going to point the finger at him.
Order! Order in the court.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is.
Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described.
No translation needed for that. A frightening and sorrowful sight, which we will hear about in the next episode. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Adios!